question is to Dr. Madras, and it's actually following on your observations about alcohol and tobacco. Do you believe that alcohol and tobacco are more or less or equally dangerous than cannabis?
I will never, I've been asked this question probably 50 times, and my feeling is that you cannot make side-by-side comparisons. If you use death rates overall in the long term, tobacco kills in our country, in the United States, about 380,000 people. But it's a very long term. It takes many years for the cardiovascular disease and cancer to exact their toll. But in the short term, tobacco is not intoxicating. So if you have an airline pilot who smoked a marijuana cigarette an hour before flight, I'd run off the plane and wait until another pilot comes aboard. If they smoked a nicotine cigarette, I would feel very comfortable. So the side-by-side comparisons depend on what parameter you're looking at. Marijuana per se does not kill. If you look at the psychiatric status of people with marijuana use disorder, you find they have an overabundance of other psychiatric problems. They have marijuana use disorder, cannabis, nicotine, alcohol, other drugs. They have a much higher frequency of bipolar disorder, of schizophrenia, of depression. You don't see the same with other drugs. So if death rate is your outcome, there's clearly differences. If it's other parameters of adverse consequences, it's very difficult to do comparisons. They are different in terms of their consequences.
Yes, you have a little bit more, 1 minute more.
Just a clarification, but would you not agree that alcohol leads directly to expressions of violent behavior, whereas cannabis, I have not actually heard that cannabis leads to violent behavior.
There is more and more evidence now that cannabis-induced psychosis leads to violence, and cannabis withdrawal state can lead to increased violence. The data is very new, it's just coming on board, but I would not say that there is no evidence in this case. It's beginning to grow.
Okay, well, we've come